Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I would like to show you Forza Motorsport 7 running on Xbox Series X. Now this game released like 3 years ago, but it still looks great, plays great, and yeah, I wanted to show you what's the difference between this generation, last generation, and I think the biggest one obviously will be loading screens, because for the most part this is like good old Forza Motorsport 7 game running at 4K 60, right? So let's load the game and see how that goes. The game supports quick resume, which is very important, especially for me, because I like to switch between games once for a while, and basically when I go back I get back to the very same place where I left off, right? So as you can see over here, I had to finish the race, and I just basically quit the game. I mean, I didn't quit it, just exit to start and close the console, shut down the console. But now I literally can start from the very same. I'm halfway through the race, of course, and I can just carry on driving, right? So this is very useful feature in racers, especially when you have like these races where you've got like 100 laps to make, so these tend to be rather longer, so you're not really going to complete the race in like 10 minutes. We're probably talking about like 2 hours. So this quick resume thing is very, very useful, because whenever you want to take a break, you just you just go to start, you kind of pause the game, you can shut down the console, go do whatever you need to do in your real life, and get back to the game, and you will basically start from the very same place where you finished playing during the previous session, right? Which is great. Like I said, like you can start a race, you can do 30 laps, then you can take a break, next day you can come back and do another 30 laps, and so on and so on, right? So that's a nice feature to have, obviously, in that kind of racers, right? I'm not talking about like arcade games, because they don't really have that kind of races, but you get that kind of stuff, you get that kind of long races in Forza Motorsport 7, which still looks great. It's a 4K game, native. No, I need to figure out a way to actually allow 4K streams. I will have to figure out how to do it. I've got some ideas, so hopefully after Easter you will actually see these games at like full glory at 4K 60 frames per second. I was hoping for this game to get a 120 frames per second patch at some point, because this is like a flagship racer for Microsoft, but they didn't do it, which is kind of weird. I mean, Master Chief Collection got like 4K 120 frames per second patch, but not this one. I guess Turn 10 is busy with other stuff. They are working on Forza Motorsport, but I guess you could say that every single developer at Microsoft Studios is working on something, right? It's not like they are sitting at the tables and scratching their heads and trying to figure out what to do next. So yeah, so it would be nice to have like 120 frames per second support, but maybe there would be too many compromises, who knows. But the game is 4K 60 frames per second and looks great, plays great as well. I wanted to show you how fast is it to kind of move between the races. So if I click the next race, it will take literally just a couple of seconds to load. It's not really long of a wait, which is great, because back in the days I remember, actually hold on, it's not even, I need to go through all these things. Okay, it's loading the next next track, which is great. So I remember, I would have to wait like a minute and a half usually for the track to load. This time around it's just like 10-15 seconds max, right? It's really, really fast. And even when a track would be loaded like this, on Xbox One S or X, that still would be, the load speed wouldn't be that fast, but right now I just click it and I'm almost already in the race, right? So I think this is the biggest difference in comparison to what this game offer on previous generation Xbox, because like I said, graphics wise it's pretty much the same game. The game looks great. Obviously I need to be careful. I need to look for puddles. I don't want to get into any of them because the simulation aspect will make me to regret it. If you know what I mean. I don't want to hit the wall or something. So yeah, I mean, this is cool. The game looks great, plays great, 4K 60 frames per second. The texture work, all the environmental kind of effects and stuff looks great. This is what happens when I try to drive and talk, anyway. But it's not about the, which place I will have. It's more about, expressing my feelings about this game. And I like going back to Forza games overall, whether that's Forza 6 or 7. Obviously 7 is the best one because it has native 4K support, 60 frames per second, so it just looks much better. But there's a lot of content there as well, and it still plays great, like I said, and it's always nice. So let's just race for a little bit just to show you how that goes. And yeah, and like I said, I will try to figure out a way to incorporate 4K gameplay in the future, because despite the fact that YouTube compresses the video, you would get a better idea of how things look really, even on that YouTube stream, if or video. So that's fine. But yeah, I'm enjoying these games and improvements. Like I said, I wish that game was 120 frames per second, but it's not. So it is what it is. I'm not really going to complain too much. And of course, you guys let me know in the comment section below what kind of games you like, and you can tell me also what kind of games you would like me to see testing on this channel, because like I said, I'll be still doing that. I like this new series, to be honest with you. Maybe it's not getting the most of the views, but I'm still enjoying it. It's more like game related, I guess, and not only news. I will still be making news, don't worry, nothing changes there. Whoa, again. Oops, I did it again. Anyway, so yeah, that's the game. It's a very enjoyable racer. Looks great, plays great on Xbox Series X. Yeah, so I can really recommend this game because it's very good. So let's just do my best to actually finish this race. It's this wet surface. There we go. Anyway, guys, great game. I think it's in Game Pass as well right now. I bought this game a while ago, but I think it's Game Pass anyway. And just like with first-party Xbox games, more and more are going to be in Game Pass, so you can message. Just try it out if you haven't already. It's more on a simulation kind of side, although you can change the settings to make it more arcade-ish, but you're still going to get like a simulation aspects of it. It's not Forza Horizon by any means. It's not an arcade racer. It's more simulation. Maybe it's not as real simulator as GT or Gran Turismo, but it's still great. So listen, that's the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for support. Really appreciate that. and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.